Hey y'all, this is Marley K. Hope everybody is well. Finally got my life together. Tried to figure out how to do this live again. But I wanted to come and talk to y'all about the results of the election and what's coming next. A lot of things apparently are getting ready to happen, and the powers that be are positioning themselves. So I don't know if anybody's going to come into the chat because y'all know they suppress my channel. So you may or may not get notifications. So I'm going to continue to go on. And as y'all join, I will give y'all a shout out. So, of course, y'all know that Trump won the election. I haven't really been keeping up with a whole lot of the politics because to me, it doesn't matter. We don't choose from the lesser of two evils. We're not supposed to participate in this process if we understand who we are in terms of who our leader is and who our leader will be to come. So it was very interesting. Um Black people stayed home, voted, for other candidates, and just did their own thing. And the Democratic Party basically learned once again that they cannot um, push around Black folks. Black men stood up, Black women stood up, and we basically have changed the narrative. Um, Black people are more aware than they have been in a very long time, and they understand what's happening. So it's a beautiful thing, but it's also a scary time for us because with this, I don't know whether you call it like a power or this new awareness, it puts us in the crosshairs of white supremacy. So we are, at a point where a lot of things are getting ready to happen to us. A lot of people have been working against our interests. They've been infiltrating our efforts. And now Black people are waking up and are like, hey, everybody ain't our friend. Hey, we can't, rely on all these different groups. We have to protect our own interests just like everybody else. And not listen to, oh, when we do it, we're being selfish. What's good for Black people is good for everybody. But what's good for Asians is good for Asians. What's good for Hispanics are good for Hispanics. What's good for whites are good for whites. So Black people are waking up and starting to see, you know, uh, we don't have no friends, and I'm thankful for that. So this last past election, where the Democratic Party lost everything, they lost the House, they lost the Senate, and they lost the executive office. It is you know eye opening for them. Also, what is eye opening is that all of the Black people who came out to berate Black people, all the Black celebrities and law enforcement, so on and so forth. All those people who, um, worked on behalf of the party to basically dehumanize us and treat us like we're stupid. Now they're looking stupid because they did all of that entertainment, all that shucking and jiving, and nobody, got any fruit from it. People got paid, but the party still didn't win. So for me, I'm happy. I'm ecstatic that nothing they did worked out. So I feel good. Finally, after all these years talking about these different candidates and how just even with this particular election, the entire presidential process for the national election was subverted by the Democratic Party. They basically kept anybody out from entering the race to run against Joe Biden, and then they inserted the vice president, which nobody wanted, into the spot, flooded the campaign with all this money, and they still didn't win. So they tried to subvert the will of the people, and it didn't work. So that is a beautiful thing. I'm never going to complain about that, especially black people. And then black people were being used. They had this candidate, touting her as black. She's selectively black, and she's not been a part of the community. Cherry picked her blackness, and pretty much like, President Obama. They give you a black person, a black looking person, and then they're just like, hey, this is y'all's person, support them. Well, we didn't buy that this time, and I'm thankful for that. What I am concerned about now is what's going to happen to us. And so I want to talk about just being prepared for what's coming. And this is just like grassroots, ears to the ground, what I see and hear locally. I've been seeing a lot of reinforcing of power lines in strategic places. I'll say that. Lot of um, concern about energy. So I don't know if they're preparing for if the grid goes down to get it back up quickly, or if I don't know what's happening. Something is happening. Um, Lots of law enforcement presence everywhere. A lot of people getting stopped. A lot of things happening. It's that time of the year anyway where they always are trying to, make extra money. But there's a difference in the presence, like almost like a training. And their presence was really heavy around the election. Now, notice they were telling us, oh, we don't know when the election results are going to come in. It could be this time or that time. Everything just happened so quickly. And I'm wondering now, why, why, why now? How did they know it was going to drag on for a long time? But, the night of the election, everything happened fairly quickly. We knew the same day that Colt 45 had won. So it just reeks of something going on. And then if you listen to the concession speech of President Harris, there was mm, some buzzwords or some things that she said in relation to darkness and stars that just like didn't sit well with me. Like it didn't make any sense for her to say that. And I know she's always tangled up in her underwear when it comes to the to her speeches, but something, I don't know, I just felt something in my spirit about it. So I don't know what's getting ready to happen, but I feel as though we need to be preparing for something big to come quickly, suddenly. And so, again, I'm going to continue to urge you to prepare. Don't get comfortable because we don't know what's happening. All we know is that we have targets on us for a variety of reasons, and we didn't do anything, but we are going to be targeted. So continue to prep, continue to pray, continue to seek the Most High, continue to set yourselves apart. Uh, Thin out your friend and associate circles, people who are not going to be good for you, not going to be safe. You probably need to start eliminating those people from your life, um, making plans and connecting with the people who you are going to be hunkered down with in the event that something happens. And then go back and watch those movies. Go back and watch Don't Look Up, because I don't think they're spraying these skies for nothing. I'm having a really difficult time keeping up with the moon. I can't I can't find the moon, so it's very hard to keep up with Sabbath. I'm having a difficult time even with the weather. Like our weather is off because they spray so much. They've been spraying so much, so we don't know what's happening. So we needed to cleanse ourselves. I'll say that. Detox regularly. We need to prepare for higher prices for groceries. Y'all see that the prices of gold and silver dropped after Colt 45 was elected. Um, we don't know what's going to happen between now and the inauguration. I feel like some shenanigans get ready to be afoot. So be prepared for that. You should be prepared for a martial law, which I kind of feel like we're already in a situation with like a continuity of government situation, but I don't know for sure. Pay attention to your local law enforcement. Um, there's a lot of things. There's a lot of training going on, and the local law enforcement is going to really be acting like your state military, based on some of the stuff that came out in that DOD document, where local law enforcement will work with the feds in the event that some national something happens. Pay attention to the phone service and internet service. A lot of things going on with that. My service has been very bad lately. Phone service has been bad too. I saw on JWTV yesterday where they have this new emergency management system, a national system. And it reminds me of the movie Leave the World Behind, because in the movie there was this, national thing that came on TV, and there was a constant flashing of the phones and these alerts and notifications about things happening. So I think we need to pay attention to what's going on with our phones, the updates, and so on and so forth. And then pay attention to the politicians. Pay attention to who's leaving the country. Um, People are starting to make moves, and we need to pay attention to them. Pay attention to the resignations of business leaders, corporations, of corporate leaders, and politicians, because folks are getting ready to start making their move, and we're going to be thinking that they're leaving because they lost. They may be leaving so they can go hide from the coming calamities. So just make sure that you're paying attention to everything, not underestimating anything. And rewatch Leave the World Behind, Don't Look Up, and Civil War 2024. I feel like those things are getting ready to start happening fairly quickly. Um, they say this is the last national election. Believe them. We didn't say it; they said it. But Trump and uh, Harris both said it at different times, not at the same time, but they said it. So if this is the last election, this means something must be coming where we're not going to have another election, and people are um, probably should be expecting some bad stuff to happen. So anyway, I just wanted to share my thoughts about the election, what's going to happen for the dry bones. The dry bones are in danger, and a lot of the dry bones are still slumbering. So we can't underestimate this time. This is a very dangerous time for us, and I feel as though uh, people are not alert enough, and it's going to cause a lot of angst really soon. So whatever you do, just keep prepping, keep praying, keep seeking the Most High in everything that you do. Try to live set apart as much as possible. Stay awake. Be alert of your surroundings in your area, and keep up what is going on on the entire earth, because war is getting ready to break out. Um, Probably gonna have drafts, lots of layoffs, just lots of things gonna happen. And so we need to make sure that we are preparing spiritually, physically, financially, um, because we are all we got. And if we're all asleep, or the majority of us are asleep, nobody's going to know what to do or where to go or what's happening. And so those of us who are awakened are going to have a responsibility or obligation to at least let the people around us know that it's that time, and move accordingly. So anyway, Y'all, let me know what's going on in your neck of the woods in the comment section. Um, all we can do is pray. I don't, I feel like this is the calm before the storm. So don't be lulled to sleep by all the little stuff that people are talking about with Trump and the charges, and it's other stuff going on leading to this new world order and this new digital system that's coming up. We need to be prepared. There's a lot of stuff going on with Bitcoin, a lot of talk. Y'all need to pay attention to that, because to me, it's also another sign that we're getting closer to the economic collapse. A lot of these billionaires are cashing in their stocks and liquidating their, liquidating their stocks so they can have money to buy up all these empty houses. A lot of tax sales happening. A lot of people losing their properties, and they're snapping these properties up. You don't know who's owning them. A lot of things are happening. Pay attention. Just pay attention. All right, y'all. This is Marley K. Love y'all. And I am out.